Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 28, episode 28 of the 30 most important albums in the history of hard rock and heavy metal. So, just so you guys know, this is the first time I've done this all month, and I generally never do stuff like this. I pre recorded a bunch of these up to and including today before the Thanksgiving break here in the States, just because, we have family coming from all over. And I've had a house full of people for the last, 4 or 5 days. So I figured, let me get all this recorded early, get all my picks, record everything, load them up on YouTube so you guys have programming every single morning and I can go do other stuff and not worry about it, right? So over the last few days, I've been reflecting, I've been reading comments, and I'm like, I think I'm going to make the executive decision to trash episode number 28 and my pick for what was going to be for today and go with a more sentimental favorite. Because my pick for today was on my original list. Then I was like, well, maybe they'll just be a honorable mention at the end because I am going to do an episode with a whole bunch of honorable mentions. And in favor of this particular band, I picked another band that is, leagues more popular, sold many, many, many more albums, and I'm not even really a big fan of, but I fully understand their importance on the scene and their impact. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to put a band on the list that I know is really important, even though I don't care for them much. I don't deny their importance. And in doing that, I kind of left this band out because, again, there's only 30 spots, right? There's only 30 days in November, 30 albums. You can't include everybody. And the more I thought of it over the last couple days, the more I thought of it, the more I was like, damn, did I make the right choice? Not that it really matters all that much, right? Because, this is not like stuff that's going to change the world here, but I decided it started to kind of hit me right here. And I was like, I don't know if I can physically not include this band on this series. And the more I thought of it, I was like, you know what? I will acknowledge the other band, but this band's got to be in the series. And the more comments I started reading, I think I think people were hoping and pleading that I would go this route. So I do want to say I love this band. I only left them off because I felt that there were probably, 30 other albums or bands that might be slightly more deserving here. And I was always going to mention them at the end. But the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? They deserve to be in the 30. They just do. And you can take your pick about which album. That's up for debate. This is not about their best album. This is about probably the album that, most people cite as their groundbreaking album, or it's their biggest selling album, or it's the album that most people talk about, or the album that most bands, who kind of came in their wake or were influenced by talk about, or us, the really hardcore fans of this band, always talk about. It's not my absolute favorite album from them. It's probably my second, okay? But again, released, so we're going back. Yesterday we did Metallica, so we're going back a couple years here, just this once. Released November 8th, 1980 for the Bronze label, produced by Vic Mailey. Ace of Spades by Motorhead. I know I'm making a lot of you really happy right now. I'm kind of making myself happy as well. Yeah, so just so you know, Guns N' Roses got the boot for Motorhead. All right. Appetite for Destruction was actually originally supposed to be day 28 today, for all the reasons which we all know. Like I said, you all know I'm not a fan of Guns N' Roses, but I do always acknowledge that debut album as a truly groundbreaking album that was so important to the hard rock scene in the late 80s and going forward. But to me, I'm going to go with my sentimental favorite and Motorhead. Ace of Spades. Overkill is my favorite Motorhead album of all time. I almost picked that, but I wanted to go Ace of Spades here today. I mean, simply because the title track, "Love Me Like a Reptile," I mean, "Shoot You in the Back," "We Are the Road Crew," one of the greatest Motorhead songs of all time. Just kick ass. Jailbait, Dance, Bite the Bullet, The Chase is Better Than the Catch, The Hammer, Shoot You in the Back, Live to Win, Fast and Loose. It's fast, it's furious, it's frantic. Fast Eddie Clark, Lemmy, and Filthy Animal Taylor. The classic lineup of Motorhead. Every song, 2 to 3 minutes long. That's it. That's all you need. Highly influential to the thrash scene, to metal in general. I know, like Lemmy always stated, we are not a heavy metal band. We're just a rock and roll band, but they're like the filthiest, nastiest, punkiest rock and roll band of all time. It's always been so hard to categorize Motorhead. They're loud, they're obnoxious, but they're great for all those reasons and a lot more. And unfortunately, we don't have any of the three guys here from the classic lineup left, which is really sad. But yeah, this is a great album. Like I said, you could pick your favorite. You could pick your favorite Motorhead album. Doesn't really matter. They got to be included here on this show. Just the buzzsaw riffs that just up front, busy bass from Lemmy, those vocals. And I remember the first time I ever heard Motorhead, I was like, Jesus, I never heard anything like this before. Right? I mean, that back in the day, in the late 70s, that was kind of like an extreme form of vocals. And this is, right before we had Venom and Slayer and Celtic Frost and then, Bathory and lots of other bands in the wake. Motorhead kind of paved the way for all these loud, raw, obnoxious bands to start doing faster, more grimy, more heavier things. So, yeah. Motorhead, Ace of Spades is my pick for today, day 28. We'll do, I guess, the runner-up for today, what was going to be Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. I know we have lots of Guns N' Roses fans here on the channel. I do not want to not acknowledge them. I will announce them and mention them again in the honorable mentions at the end. They were originally going to be today, but sorry, I had to make a change. I scrapped that episode, did a new one for you today. Ace of Spades by Motorhead is your pick number 28. We've got 2 more to go. 2 more to go. I think tomorrow's going to make a lot of people happy too, because I've seen a lot of people mentioning this particular band. And so we'll get 2 more regular episodes go to bring us up to 30, and then I'll give you an episode with 5 or 10 honorable mentions that I just couldn't squeeze in just because I didn't have enough space, but I do want to mention them. So that's coming up. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. If you're living in the East Coast in the New York area, it's snowing out. It's chilly. Winter's here, folks. So thanks for watching. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving break here in the States and all over the world. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Stay tuned for more stuff coming up. We got the Hudson Valley Squares tomorrow and in the prog scene on Tuesday and all sorts of stuff happening throughout the rest of the week. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell so you get notified of all of our new content as it posts. We've also got the link to our Ko-Fi page below for channel donations, the link to our merch page for all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff as the holidays are coming, and seatranquility.org, our webzine celebrating 20 years this year. Thanks for watching. I'm Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.